Continuing a conversation with Don Knabe, Chairman of the Board of the LA County Board of Supervisors. Don, you took office on December 3rd as chair, and you made a speech to your colleagues and to the public, some of your priorities, and one was innovation and customer service. That's a refreshing idea for government.
Well, and I think, I've always looked at, as I tell my staff, I want them to be the Nordstroms of the 8th floor. People don't come to us to say thank you. People come to us because they're hurting or in need. And if we can find a problem that not only fix it for the folks, but say, look at it, maybe that's a problem within our system. How can we change it? How can we make it different? So I really believe that as big as we are, the largest county in America, and the kinds of things that we do each and every day, the two most critical things that we have to sort of upgrade, one is innovation as it relates to technology, as it relates to the interface of all the departments, not each department doing their own thing. And then obviously customer service. My line that I use is, contacting the county should be like placing an order on Amazon.
Nice.
And, next day kinds of services. So we've done some pretty good things and innovative things. We have a long way to go. We still have our issues with one-stop kinds of situations where people still have to make return trips. There's no reason that we couldn't do business electronically like everyone else, like a lot of places do, and be able to do things online to make it easier for people to start a business, maintain a business, get their proper permits, particularly like with the health permits and those kinds of things that are always sticklers and take time.
Make government more user-friendly.
Absolutely, and you don't have to do that by hiring more staff and spending more money. You may have to spend more money on the front side of it with infrastructure, but certainly not having to bring more people in.
And you mentioned tearing down silos, and this is an area that I'm somewhat familiar with because of my wife's work in workplace solutions. But what we want to do is have divisions of corporations and the private sector, and in your case, departments of the county, work more closely with each other rather than in their silos. And you've even proposed a chairman's challenge.
Well, that's to sort of get things going. I'm excited about that opportunity. A chairman's challenge to see who wants to be innovative, who can create, who can break down silos, and not only come up with a great program to make it more efficient, but at the end of the day for the clients that we have to serve. When you look at a kid on probation or in one of our facilities, everybody says, well, that's a probation kid. But that young man or young lady has mental health issues, health service issues, public social services, or maybe a family issue. And so these wraparound services, every person that we help, more than likely is being touched by more than one department. So what I've asked folks to do, the department heads, is say, look at your job, look at who you serve, look at who you touch each and every day. You have great staff, you have great social workers, you have all this, but who else touches them in the county? Ever sit down and think about that? And I think that's the big difference because they have it.
And so this award will go to the two departments that have worked most closely together and gotten the synergy going.
Absolutely, but the ideal thing would be 4 departments, because you've come up with a program that, hey, this person that we serve in our safety net services is touched by these 4 departments, and how can we make that better for our departments or for the citizen that we serve.
Well, we look forward to seeing who gets that award from you, the chairman,
I look forward
at the end
to
of the year.
Well, you know what? I really look forward to having an award. Yeah. Because if I don't have an award, then it's not been successful.
That's right. If no one works together,
exactly.
No award. Okay.
Yeah.
And maybe there'd be 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Child sex trafficking, another issue that you want to focus on.
Well, you've had me on the show before about this, and it's obviously an issue that was brought to my attention a couple years ago, and just so horrific.
It's hard to believe that this is going on in California, in our county, no less, in 2014.
Art, you hit it on the head. It was always something that I thought happened
over there,
third world countries, those kinds of things. But discovering it's in our own backyard, it's in the 5-county area, it's in the state, it's across the nation. I had the opportunity to go back and testify in front of the Foreign Affairs Committee about this issue, and while other members of Congress, thought, wow, that sounds like us, and realizing all of a sudden. And what we're trying to do is to take, how we had the big drug awareness program and made it a national kind of a thing. We're trying to do the same thing with this. Yeah. These young girls are 10, 12, 14, 15 years old, coming out of either our foster care system, coming out of domestic violence kinds of situations. And, for the first time in their life, somebody says, I love you, you're beautiful, and that's the pimp. They're scumbags. I mean, there's no other way to describe
Yep.
it. So we need to work on the penalties for them. And now we're working on penalties for the Johns, the people that use them. You know, I was doing a fundraiser for these girls, and one of the probation officers got a page, and the page was a 10-year-old girl had just been arrested. So what was happening was treating these kids like victims. I mean, you know, they're not the criminal. They're victims.
Dry up the
what
demand.
10 or 12-year-old do you know that makes the decision, you know what, I want to be a prostitute today? Yeah. And so the gangs are getting into it. It's cheaper than guns and drugs and things like that, turning these girls 8-10 times a night. So we need to make a difference. But anyway, I'm
into
on
that.
it.
And I know one of the programs you originated and is near and dear to your heart is the Safe Surrender program. And I know that I just read in the press release the first safe surrender already occurred this year.
2014. That makes 114 that we've been able to save. And I will tell you, if I have a legacy, you know, I mean, that's it. You know, a mother can take this baby, a newborn baby.
No blame, no shame.
No name.
No name.
And 72 hours of birth, any place.
Yeah.
Hospital,
and that's not something that costs money. That's something that just took political will. So congratulations to you for that. Okay, we'll be back with the next segment of the show after these messages.
How do you like your chances the rest of the way?
I got no idea. But I do know that if we stay with Naples Rib Company, at least we won't go hungry.
Coach, what do you think about some of those questionable calls tonight?
Yeah, but if you want a sound call, I'd call Naples Rib Company. You can't miss on that call.
Then Naples Rib Company is part of your game plan?
There really is nothing more motivating than a great barbecue meal at Naples Rib Company.
Victory or not, Naples Rib Company, great game plan.
Founded in 1976, Polly's Gourmet Coffee is Southern California's most complete gourmet coffee store. Polly's has the best tasting coffee, freshly roasted every day right in the store, plus a wide selection of teas, an in-house bakery, espresso bar, patio dining, and more. We also offer Wi-Fi, free internet access for all of our customers. Our nationwide clientele agree when it comes to coffee, there's only one name to remember, Polly's, 4606 East 2nd Street, welcoming you into Belmont Shore.
When I was a boy growing up in Italy, I had a dream to own my own store. I came to the United States and I worked hard as a tailor. Hi, I'm Umberto. I've been in Long Beach since 1960, carrying the finest quality men's clothing. Italy's a long way away, but styles are just around the corner. Umberto, 2141 Bellflower, Long Beach.